looking to something totally different right now. Taking on the task of caring for a new and tiny little human being makes measurable changes to the brain. And our correspondent Sarah Shalala actually went to visit the Edmund and Lily Safra Center for Brain Sciences here in Israel to find out what kind of impact parenthood has on the human brain before, during, and after. This is part 5 in our Brain Science series. Take a look.
It's no surprise the transition to parenthood can be transformative for anyone with a new baby. But what kind of mark is it leaving on the brains of new parents?
This is a dramatic event in the life of animals around the animal kingdom, humans included. And there are dramatic physiological, hormonal, and neuronal changes in the body and the brain that accompanies parenthood. Okay, this particular microscope is one of the expertise in our laboratory, and it allows us to look into the brain before parenthood, during parenthood, and after parenthood.
Much like the changes that happen in the brain when picking up any new skill, like learning a new language or mastering a new musical instrument, the brain also changes when becoming a parent. It's what scientists call experience-induced brain plasticity. And Professor Adi Mizrahi is doing some of his own digging into this at the Hebrew University's Edmund and Lily Safra Center for Brain Sciences.
Plasticity is an umbrella term that includes many different things, changes in the body and the brain at many levels. And when we say parental plasticity, we mean the changes that accompany parenthood. I think perhaps the term is not very familiar, but it's everywhere.
When talking about parental plasticity, there are all kinds of hormonal changes impacting daily life in the more dramatic days and weeks of life when women become pregnant. When the baby is born, life changes 180 degrees, and pregnancy-related hormonal changes help explain why a new mother's brain might change.
So I actually think that people are very aware of what's happening to them once they are pregnant, and definitely after the baby is born. Suddenly you have to start taking care of an animal which is helpless without you. The animal that we study as a model are mice. So a mother mice depends on the strain. And once she gives birth to the pups, all of her energy and time is devoted for caretaking. A region of the brain called the amygdala, it becomes more sensitive in the mothers when they hear baby sounds.
In short, all these senses get a boost to help a mother interact with her baby. Smell and sound, two very strong stimuli, are the areas Professor Mizrahi is focused on in his lab.
Only in the mothers, there is a specific case of multisensory gain control, multisensory integration. So when the animals smell their pups, they hear it differently. So the smell of the pup amplifies how the brain represents the cries.
But does fatherhood have the same impact on the brain and bodies of men?
We know much less about what is happening in the body and the brain of male when they become parents, but definitely there are hormonal changes even in male. This normally becomes after the child is born. For example, levels of testosterone, which is the male hormone, which is correlated with male-like behaviors like aggressiveness and things of that sort. It goes down when the male becomes parents.
Then there's social interaction, which is how the mother interacts with the father, and the changes that happen in the brain when the mother and father come together as an integrated family unit. Not just how the mother takes care of her baby and how the father takes care of his baby, but how the mother changes her behaviour when the father is around and vice versa.
When the mother is not around, the father is behaving differently, and mice, for example, female mice will give instructions to the father on specific vocalizations.
As Professor Mizrahi says, each and every one of us has a parent or two parents, and most of us will become parents one day. And as any new parent knows, having a baby provides opportunities for enrichment, learning, and stress experiences known to transform the adult brain.